Hello, Money in the Bank, late to the party. It was Saturday, today is Wednesday. I was there though. Yeah, it took us that long to get. Now, okay, it was a Clash of the Castle last year. I'm a big wrestling fan, but I do not watch Money in the Bank. I do not watch Money in the Bank, I do not make scripts. I do not watch Raw and I do not watch SmackDown as religiously I did in the Attitude Era. Problem solved. I tried watching AEW, I'll say that. ITV, the adverts, I was going bonkers. I've never said, I've got 10 minutes to sit, because can't do it. Yeah. Keeping up with wrestling is a full-time job on a weekly basis. And even if you weren't at Money in the Bank, the fact that, I mean, give it 48 hours cooling period. The WWE is the worst for like showing you match endings. You think, right, because it's on there, they wouldn't do that now if you're paying for each pay-per-view out your pocket. You know what I mean? Because like, it's hard in the UK, I think, not to be spoiled. But unless you're going to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean, and watch it live and, you know, question the next day about insanity. I think it's hard. It's just there. It's hard not to look at your phone. It's just right in front of your face. Spoils it. But, Money in the Bank. So I went to Clash of the Castle. I was going to go to WrestleMania last year for my 40th. Now we went to Clash of the Castle, went for the experience. Great atmosphere for the arena. Couldn't hear shit. You know, got some interesting little clips and stuff like that. And this is a separate video to my vlog. I'd filmed all my vlog on my phone because I wasn't going to bother with taking my camera. I don't understand why you can't take a small camera to a gig or an event like this now and you can take your phone. Because again, the camera, I have to come home, I have to upload it, I have to render it, I have to master it, I have to do this, I have to transfer it, I have to upload, I have to wait. People now can go beep, boof, online. So, because again, pinching and all that kind of stuff, but we're not talking about filming the show. But I filmed everything since I was a kid. I'm 40-year-old now. It's like, it's just something I do. But as a wrestling fan, going to see it. First time I've ever seen SmackDown or Raw taped live. And just see how they do it production-wise. I enjoyed that. I know a lot of people behind us go, what's going on? Why is the music back on? Oh, they messed up there. Like, I understand that, but like, I looked at it and go, you know, it's what you see on TV, changing the mats, and where Charlotte Flair's still getting in the ring. And then, you know, you're getting stories, and you'll see us on camera with really good shots, but, you know, like having the dark matches with AJ Styles. And then everyone was like leaving, and then the purposely said Shameless, and then Rey Mysterio's music hits, and what a surprise. So like, you know, SmackDown, it was weird for me personally, because with all the train strikes and all the trains and all this kind of stuff and how expensive tickets were, and the fact that my brother landed here from New Zealand at the worst time ever, we couldn't even sell the tickets. I don't know if that was a thing with me or something to do with AEW announcing the whole Wembley thing and people were selling tickets, but all of a sudden I couldn't resell my tickets or anything like that. And it might have been because I hadn't hadn't downloaded the O2 app or something like that, but you couldn't even tickets. And the reason I was going to sell me tickets for, it's a lot of money, but my brother's here and he lives in New Zealand. My family lives in New Zealand. It's not like I get to see, it's not like he lives down the corner and it's like, oh yeah, you're up for a day, alright, we'll do something. So again, sacrifice time with him. He got to see his grandma at the time and I buggered off to London, but because of trains and stuff, we had to get the bus. Fuck me. 5 o'clock in the morning, gets on the bus. 9.5 fucking hours later, couple of tubes and a bus, we're at the hotel. And then we go have some food. And I didn't see the buzz as much as Cardiff. Cardiff really looked like it took over the city when WWE came, flags and stuff like that. You look at that weekend, you had Pride, you had People Orange for the oil, you had Guns N' Roses, you had Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Motley Crue doing this show, then you had Take That, like Take Three or whatever we want to call them, all happening. You know, it was just like, wow. But we had no problem, like hands down. The only problem we had with transport is when we got back to Newcastle, getting the bus. Seriously. Walked out the arena, there's a bus. Like 18,000 people trying to get home. Bus right there. Get back, chaos. Newcastle is one of the worst cities to drive in, hands down. Okay, so anyway, I enjoyed SmackDown. As I said, I was hoping for Bray Wyatt. I just love the whole Bray Wyatt thing. I know people are like, oh. Like the guy's got reasons he's not on camera. I think that's like, that's probably, if it was something serious, he would have just been like blacklisted. I think that's more. I think less is more. There's so much demand for stuff like that, and I think one of the reasons I'm going to say this in a minute, because Rey Mysterio was a nice pop. AJ Styles, I thought they were, you get them dark matches, the go home crowds, and then Money in the Bank next day. I went to Camden Market. It was just crazy. And then we went to the wrestling. Same seats, same people around us. Thankfully, no annoying people. I was watching it on television, and fuck me, man. If someone was standing in front of me with one of them signs, I would get annoyed. That sign would have been just frisbeed everywhere. Everyone's got a right to a sign, but I watched a few people just sitting there and someone's just got a sign. Like, that's old school, But, match-wise, it was great to see stories being told and new stories created in payoffs. I think with Clash of the Castle, except for Dominic Turner, which, was overseen, and the debut of Solo, which was also seen as that, some of the other stuff felt like it felt like an insurrection pay-per-view. It felt like a pay-per-view you wouldn't have seen back in the day in America. You would get these shows that would come over here in the UK and they would get their release, but they wouldn't have anything to do with stories, you know what I mean? And bringing Money in the Bank here, I think it's awesome. Why has it took you so fucking long since SummerSlam 92? I still think Clash of the Castle should have been SummerSlam. The rumours of WrestleMania, I actually took one of the surveys in the queue. Personally, it would be fucking awesome for WrestleMania to come to England, but I'm going to say this, I think it should be SummerSlam, because there's no way you're going to put a wrestling show in this fucking weather in April. It's unpredictable as shit. Like, seriously, play it safe and aim for SummerSlam. Move it a little bit around and aim for the sun, because we won't get much of it, alright? Unless you want to call it Snowmageddon. That'd be great. Anyway, matches wise, a lot in the match. I think, the crowd were mint. Obviously, I've watched it back on telly. It's been totally changed. Like, Paul Logan's get so much heat. Pete Dunne, call him Pete Dunne. I think he was phenomenal. Some of the bumps he said. I mean, everyone's going nuts for LA Knight. Damian Priest, again, the stories there. I would have given it to Pete Dunne. That was just me on a personal thing. I think the kid needs that solo push. I think he needs to be shown he can go, even with the IC belt, or just give him something. Get him out the shadow, push these new guys forward. I would love to see Shinsuke as well get a shot at redemption of the championship and drop the suit and go back to just full on having some hard hitting matches. But I enjoyed the ladder match. I really did. I honestly went to the piss as soon as Ronda Rousey's music came out. I said, alright, I've seen Ronda Rousey go, and I had to go to the toilet. I literally had. It was £4 of Pepsi. I had 2 Pepsis. I learned my lesson from the night before. I got angry, and apologies to anyone met me in the queue, right? I mean, it's only about 6 people. 1 or 6 people watching this video of me ranting right now. The fucking chaos of trying to take a piss, right? You walk in, left, right, blind corners, right? There's a queue for people going to the toilet. But nobody had the common sense to even look around the corner, until I look around the corner, to realise how long is everyone pissing for? And not one person was in the urinal, but not one person in the queue said, hey guys, there's no one taking a piss. We all want to take a piss where no one can see our dicks. End of the story, you know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, back to that rant. So I ran out there and got another wee. Loved the main event. I loved the fact that we got to witness that. The atmosphere was fucking unbelievable. The bangs were horrendous, like close to us. The sport everywhere. It was great, man. It was absolutely fantastic. I've actually got a bit of the file thing that came floating down. Yeah, there was a lot of, John Cena was a massive surprise. I mean, Drew McIntyre, massive pop. He seemed to come back for the IC title. Really? I thought he could set him up in a really good feud. I mean, him and Gunther, yeah, someone needs to be made to take it off Gunther, to let Gunther go for the belt and push Gunther next year, because that's what's going to happen. Gunther, get it right and start calling Walter. Women's match, I thought was a great ending. Again, giving the nice rub to somebody else. That sounded wrong. But then the main event, yeah, and John Cena, like fucking mint. Nice pop. Nice, absolutely mint pop. Would love to see Brock, but I would obviously love to see Bray. But obviously that's heading towards SummerSlam. Everyone was looking for Randy Orton as well. But yeah, as I said, I went to it. It was a lot of money. The experience is good. Now, I'll tell you what though. One last thing. And I'll tell you, actually, in the outtakes. I don't know where I got to go. hearing the outtakes. Very good. Massive fans. The only problem I think we had was the O2 when they had that entrance H. Make that the priority. There was so much carnage with priority passes and the fact that unlike Clash of the Castle when you had them queuing down the roads, it's in the Millennium Dome, so it's chaos. Absolutely chaos. Me, Britt, and some of the guys we met in the queue like Dave and Nicky Starr and stuff like that. While that was happening, it was so busy. It's even badder because the poor kid had a hidden disabilities badge. Whoever the fuck punched that kid and left him lying on the floor in the masses of crowd, fuck me, mate. Like, no. Like, so busy, right? But you're aware. I seen Simon Miller walk past, having the time of his life, you know, oh yeah, Simon Miller. And then I see something like that. I'm not saying Simon Miller punched a kid, by the way. That'll get an up or a down. I'm saying, like, there was a big court because I was filming something else, but I'm going to put it in there. And, like, it's more like, well, what the fuck happened there? I was filming like that. And, you know, the guy punched the guy in the face. And the guy's lying on the floor, and there's a big scene, and it took so long for it to get cornered off. It took so long to create a safety net of, like, do not look, but just divert the queues and the masses of people. And I think that was a massive concern. I couldn't be doing that on a fucking weekly basis or a nightly basis. Queues and that, and people get hot-tempered and confusion and stuff like that. That's what boils people to get to the point that they're going to push into somebody. How dare you push into me? Punch them in the face. Realise that this kid might have had some form of fit. And I'm dead serious here. He's dead on the floor. You know, and then it not to be, for him to, I mean, fair enough, he might have been followed on CCTV. I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't fully see it. All I see is a kid smack, hat flying up the air, flat on the floor. Not good, man. Not good. And that's not the way to go about stuff. You're there for the fun. You're there for the experience. And it's bringing this show back. Do I want them to come back again? Yes. A little bit cheaper. Is this rant over? Yes. But again, it's all about the show. And again, it's all about other people enjoying the show. Everyone there is there for the show. And to the point that you hit somebody moments before the door comes because of a queue, fucking not right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. So why are you